welcome to Anil Nair classes. We have finished our previous session with the introduction to basic grammar, wherein we have discussed in details about the nouns, subject-verb agreement, and the different concepts with the help of which related to nouns, how we can solve a lot of questions, right? All the concepts related to noun, apostrophe, subject-verb agreement, all that we have discussed. Now let's move ahead to the process of solving questions related to these concepts, right? Great. Let's move ahead to the next slide. Now, the direction says what in these questions, read each sentence to find out whether there is any error. So, there is one sentence given. You have to find out if there is any error in these four parts. If any is there, error if any will be in one part of the sentence. So, these four parts have been divided. So, out of these four, one part the error will be there. If at all it is there, which means you can have a no error also as the answer. So don't hesitate to select no error. The number of that part is the answer. Whichever answer choice has got the error, that is your right answer. You have to spot the answer choice in which grammatical error is present. If there is no error of any grammar, then you can select D as the answer, which says no error. In case if you find any punctuation related error, ignore it completely, because we are not looking for the punctuation related errors in these questions. We are looking for grammar related errors, right? Plus, I also told you in the previous strategy session that we will look into each and every answer choice to find it error free. If any answer choice is error free, we will eliminate it. Right? So, we will look into the first answer choice, which says the young men from Japan. So, the young men from Japan, that's completely fine. There is no grammar related error in terms of it, because from is a preposition. After preposition, we have a noun, and the young men. This is the adjective and the noun. They both are, everything is clear. So, we will get rid of A. Found the ascent of the mountain. Now here we are talking about a word called ASSENT, ascent of the mountain. So do you really have the ascent of the mountain? The word ascent, when we say, that means approval. Do you need the approval of the mountain hard going, or going up the hill was, or towards the height or the peak of the mountain was hard going, right? So there are two similar sounding words over here, ASCENT. ASCENT is reaching the, means to climb up the mountain. That means the process of climbing up a mountain. So what they found hard going, was it the approval of the mountain was hard going, or the climbing up the mountain was hard going? Obviously we are climbing up the mountain. Mountain cannot give the approval, right? So there is a word choice error over here. They have used a wrong spelling over here. So which is why we can get rid of C and D, and our right answer is B. Circle B, write B like this. Clear? So always remember ASSC. The point of this slide is we should know the difference between the spellings and the meanings. We may have a lot of nouns where pronunciation is same but the meaning is different. Clear? Ascent means approval. ASCENT means to climb up a mountain. Let's move to the next question. First one, a moment delay. Delay is our noun. Now, is the article which is functioning as the adjective. Now, the delay belongs to what? A delay belongs to moment. Moment is a time, right? When we were doing apostrophe rules, we have discussed that we can put apostrophe plus S with the expressions which are showing the time. Right? We can say year apostrophe S. We can also say moment apostrophe S. That means this delay belongs to this particular moment. We can say year's delay. Right? So there is an error of apostrophe plus S is missing over here. So A is the answer choice which is having an error. Right? Move would have proved costly. That is completely fine in the situation. In is a preposition. After the preposition, we should have a noun, and we have a noun over here. Clear? So, we can get rid of B, C and D, and A is our answer. Clear? Next one. First answer choice. There are only a few vendors. Now, what we are talking about, there are only what? There are only subject-verb agreement. right? So are is a verb over here. So you ask what are there? What are there? Because there is an adverb. It cannot be the subject, right? Nouns only have to be subject or the pronouns. So what are there? The vendor, right? Vendor is the noun and it is a singular noun. So if it is a singular noun, how the verb could be plural? This is the verb and this is our plural verb. We cannot have a plural verb for a singular subject vendor. Clear? So the error over here, the first glance what I understand is subject verb agreement error. Always try to name a error. Another thing is only a few from some vendor. So you will take few from many or you will take few from single. If there is only one, how will you take out few out of it? Few as it is a plural. You will take out few from something which is more than few, right? So if there are 10, you can take 2 and you can say or 2 or 3 and you can say I have taken few, right? But you cannot take 2 or 3 out of 1, right? So there is another thing. After few, we will always have a plural noun over here. Clear? So these are the two reasons why A is the wrong answer, right? This has got the mistake in it and we are looking for a answer choice which has got the error. So we are able to clearly name an error. So we can circle A as the right answer for us and we can eliminate B, C and D. Clear? Let's move ahead to the next question. I'll just revise once again how to find the subject, find the verb, ask the question who or what, you'll get the subject. So whenever in any answer choice you have a verb, the first thing what you should check is subject verb agreement. Follow the strategy, it will definitely help you to get rid of the bad answer choices. Clear? Next slide. Allens. It's a noun. Fine, you can have noun. Are given. So what are given? Allens are given. So this is also perfectly fine. Subject verb agreement is there over here. So we can get rid of it because there are error free. We have to cancel all the answer choices which are error free. Allens are given to poors. So do you have anything called poors? Remember we have done singular plural rule. The poor is always present in the singular form. We don't have any plural form for the poor, right? So poor reflects the entire class of the poor people, right? It is always used as singular form. We don't have the plural form of the poor. So that is why C is the error over here. D we can get rid of. And our answer is C. Great. Let's move ahead to the next question. Lasers are indispensable tools. So R is a verb. Our strategy, we have to look for the subject verb agreement. So what are indispensable tools? Lasers. Lasers is our subject, plural verb. Subject verb agreement is there. Indispensable tools. Tools is our noun. What kind of tools? Indispensable tools. So this indispensable is telling something more about the tools. So this is adjective. It's perfectly fine. We can get rid of A and B. For the delicate eye surgery. So for what? For the surgery. Surgery is our noun. Now here what kind of the surgery? You have eyes surgery. Always remember whenever we talk about body parts. Specifically if I say the names of any body part, right? When we use it as the adjective, it will always be in the singular form. So instead of that we can say for the delicate ear surgery, I can say delicate leg surgery, delicate hand surgery, anything it could be, right? We will never say eyes. I know we have 2 eyes, that's fine. Singular plural it is there. Ear, ears, leg, legs, hands, hands. These are countable nouns. They are present in the singular as well as the plural form. That is true. Perfectly fine. We do have a word called eyes, but the rule says when these body parts, names of these body parts are used as adjective, they will always be present only in the singular form. We will not use their plural form as the adjective. I hope you will remember this rule. Fine. So get rid of D and your answer is C. Very good. Let's move ahead to the next question. I hope the rule is clear. Remember this rule, the names of body parts, if they are used as adjective, they will be used only in their singular form. Clear? Let's move to the next question. Very good. Now, the next question. The long distance train. So, train is a noun. What kind of a train? It's the long distance. Adjective. Right? Remember there is one rule we discussed, that hyphenated nouns will always be in their singular form. Now here distance is there, it is in the singular form. Unit is in the singular form. That is perfectly fine. Rule is applied. Which met with an accident. That's also fine. Was carrying some army personnel. So personnel means my own, private. Something which I own. Now here we are talking about the people who are working in army, right? So we have another word, P-O-P-E-R-S-O-N-N-E-L, personnel, N-E-L, right? So when we talk about personnel, we talk about people who are employed in some organization. People who are employed or are working in any organization. So now here, are you really talking about something which belongs to you, something which is your own thing, or you're talking about the people who are working in army? Tell me. Yeah, so we are dealing with someone, or we are discussing about someone or some people who are working in the armies, right? Who are employed in army. We are not looking for something personal or private, right? So that is why there is an error in C, and we can get rid of A, B and D. So our right answer is C. Clear? The point of this question is you should know the difference between the similar sounding word personnel and personal. Personal means your own, private, something which you own. Personnel, N-E-L. N-E-L means people who are working for any particular organization. Fine, let's move to the next slide now. Next question. Yeah. Raj surprised everyone. So Raj surprised. Surprise is the verb over here. Who surprised? Raj surprised. So Raj is the subject. Subject verb agreement. Obviously in the past tense it is there. So it is fine. No problem with this. When he broke. So who broke? Broke is the verb. He is the subject. When he broke what? He broke the record of 2.5 centuries. Yes, all of you are very fond of watching cricket. What you will say? Sachin made 1 century, 2 century or 2 centuries? Sachin made 2 centuries. So how Sachin made 2 is there, and then you say century. So 2 is also plural. 1.5 also is plural. Then why exactly you are doing that partiality, centuries with 1.5? Whether you say 1.5 or 2.5 or 3.5 or 10 or 12. Century is a word which will always remain in its singular form. There is no plural form for centuries, which is why our C is the right answer, which has got the errors. The other A and B are error free. We can get rid of even D also. So your right answer is C. Move to the next question. None of the student in the class. I explained you this in the previous question also. None means out of many you are talking about none, right? So none of the student, none of. After the pronoun none, if you have of, a phrase which is starting with of, it will always have a plural noun over here. We are actually looking forward to see a plural noun. None out of many. You cannot have none out of one, right? So this needs to be students. We actually wanted the word students over here, because after none, if you have a prepositional phrase, the object of that prepositional phrase should always be in the plural form. So we actually need a plural noun over here. We don't need a singular noun student over here. Clear? So we are able to name a rule. We know the reason why A is wrong. So I'll circle. However, let's look at the remaining part also. Scored less than 40% marks. That's fine. And everyone cleared the first level. B and C are perfectly fine grammatically. So our answer is A. I hope it is clear that after none, if a prepositional phrase is there, always the object of that prepositional phrase should be in the plural form. This is a rule. Clear? Next question. Yeah. Whenever he goes to Mumbai. Fine. Goes is the verb, he is the subject. How we got the subject? Who goes to Mumbai? He. He is the singular subject, singular verb. Clear. Perfectly fine. He stays in. So who stays? He stays. Stays is the verb, he is the subject. Here also subject verb agreement is fine over here. He stays where? In what? In hotels. What kind of hotels? 5 stars. This is what is the problem. We have already learnt a rule that when you have a numeral, then you have the unit and then you have a noun. That noun could be in the plural form. You can have a plural noun, but this unit should always be in the singular form. Always the unit, when you have numeral, unit and then noun, then this unit should always be in the singular form. Yes? So which is why we don't need stars over here. Stars is wrong. The right expression is just the star. So our right answer is C. We can get rid of D. Your answer is C. Clear? What's the rule over here? Numeral, unit, noun. The noun could be in the plural form, but this unit will be in the singular form. Let's move ahead to the next question. Due to the adopted of unsafe procedures. So due to what? Due to the is a article, and we put these articles always before the noun. Yes or no? Now what is this adopted? Adopted is a verb. Can you put the article before the verb? No. We always put articles before nouns. We never put the article before the verb. See, think about, even if you don't know the spellings, at least the basic concepts if you will apply, it will become very easy for you to solve the question. I don't want you to memorize something. Apply the rule. You will get the answer. You know you have an article. We have been discussing about articles in our nouns, and I have told you articles we always put before the nouns. We have definite articles, we have indefinite articles, whatever the kind of article. An article will always be placed before a noun. Now in this question, the word adopted is in the form of verb. Right? The word adopted is in the verb format. And you put the article before the verb. This is perfectly, absolutely wrong. Of course, we need a noun form. So adopted is the verb form of the adapt. The same word adopt could be in the form of a noun. So what's the noun form of the adopted? It is adoption. Remember, T-I-O-N is the common ending of the noun. Right? Clear? So apply the rule and try to get the answer. We are pretty sure about this particular thing, that this is the errors. We can easily get rid of B, C and D. I always say go through all the answer choices. But once you gain confidence and you know clear cut, okay fine, this is the error, it has to be like this. This kind of confidence, once you instill in yourself, definitely you can straight away get rid of those remaining answer choices without even reading them. But you should be able to name the error. If you are not able to name the error, go through the other answer choices also. But your concept should be clear. Basic concepts. Article we always put only before the noun. Once you know this and you know adopted is a verb, then even if you don't know the meaning of adoption or you don't know the different forms in which forms the word adopt is present, still you will be able to get your answer. But the basics are very important. Clear? Next question. The award ceremony ended on a very high positive note. So what ended on a very high positive note? The award ceremony. That is fine. Subject verb agreement, everything is fine over here. We can get rid of. And the audiences stood up. Here, the audiences. The audience is what? It's a collective noun. And what we have learned, collective nouns are always singular. We don't have the plural form for the audiences. There's nothing called audiences. Audience means group of people. Audience could be 5 people, 10 people, 20, 40, 50, no matter how many the number of people are there. You will still call them audience only. Clear? So this is the error over here. It's a collective noun. It's always present only in the singular form. So we can easily get rid of C and D. Your right answer is B. Clear? Let's move ahead to the next slide. But before that, remember, collective nouns always singular. They are uncountable. Let's move ahead to the next. The management's confidence is very high. Again, in the previous slides, we have discussed about the apostrophe, right? And we put apostrophe plus S after a noun. We'll have a noun, apostrophe plus S, and then the another noun. Yes? This is used to show the ownership of another noun. That's called as the possessive case of noun. So possessive case of the noun, you will have apostrophe plus S with one noun and it will always be placed next to the another noun. So here management apostrophe S is the noun apostrophe S. Here I need a noun. But what is this confident? Confident is what? Which form of the word is confident? He is a confident boy. We can have confident boy, confident girl, confident student. So boy and girl are noun. I know you all know that. So what kind of a boy or a girl? Confident. So this confident is a adjective over here. Do you really need the adjective form over here? When you know this confident is adjective, is this expression right? No, we need apostrophe plus S ke baad mein. We need definitely a noun. You are able to name a error. So we can get rid of B, C and D and your right answer is A. Next question. One of the firmest beliefs among the Hindus is that So one, you will take one from many or you will take one from one. Belief is one and one is one. How can you take one from one? Then you have taken all only, isn't it? So you'll always take one out of many. You don't need the singular noun. This is a noun. Of is a preposition. I agree. You are getting the object of preposition, that is noun also. But this is a pronoun. This is a singular pronoun. You can take one from many. You cannot take one from singular. You need the plural form of it, isn't it? So the plural form of the noun we need over here. That will be what? Belief is singular. Beliefs. Remember, it was there in our exception lists. So beliefs is the plural. We need beliefs over here. Belief is wrong. A is your right answer. Get rid of B, C and D. Next one. He was advised to take 2 spoonsful of. Who was advised? Was advised is our verb phrase. He is the subject. That is perfectly fine. 2 spoonful of. Remember, we discussed about the arbitrary unit, right? So you can have mouth over here. You can have fist over here. You can have spoon over here. And with that, we add full. And to make the plural form, we add S. 2 spoonsfuls, mouthfuls, fistfuls, spoonfuls. We'll never have the plural S with the noun. The noun S of the plural will always come after fulls. That's the rule over here. So we can get rid of C and D and B is our right answer. So it will always be mouthfuls, fistfuls, spoonfuls, the plural. All these are what? These are all the... It is a big blunder. Remember, there was a expression which we discussed that colloquial language it is fine, but when you're dealing with the examination, you're talking about competitive exam, exact grammar is needed. Blunder is blunder. Right? Mistake is mistake. Whether it is big or small doesn't matter. You don't need this big over here. Blunder is blunder. See, we discussed about cousin, sisters or brother. What I told, brother, sister not needed. Only cousin is okay. Big blunder, no big blunder. No big blunder, no small blunder. Blunder is blunder. We also discussed about good name. Name is name. Everybody's name is good only. Right? We don't need good over there. Only name is sufficient. So we know it's clear cut. This is the error. We can get rid of B, C and D. So your right answer is A. Clear? The police have received. Who have received? Police. It's subject. Plural form, right? It looks as if it is singular, but it's always plural. So that's why subject verb agreement is there. Two important informations. This information is an abstract noun. You can feel, right? It's a concept. Abstract nouns are present only in the singular form. There is nothing called informations. So that is why it is the mistake over here. So we can get rid of A, C and D. Our right answer is B. Let's move ahead to the next question. That's why I was giving you all the tips to remember, easy ways to remember the examples of the nouns which are always present in the singular form, nouns which are present in singular, plural, both. See here they have tested you on 2 questions, right? If you feel this is right, then some of you will say police is wrong. But police is always in plural form. It looks as if it's singular, but it's actually the plural subject. And information is always present in the singular form. 2 things they have given you so that you get confused. You will be okay only when your concepts are clear, and that's the reason very nicely in those slides we have discussed about what are the easy ways to remember the examples, and I also gave you the instructions. Keep revising these examples and questions. They will test you on this only. Clear? It's all about memory game, yeah? Let's move to the next question now. The chefs. The chefs of the wheat plant were. So what were heavy? The chefs were heavy. Now this is the word chefs. There is nothing called chefs, right? It's a plural form of the chef is wrong over here. We need, this is the subject verb, right? So we need a plural subject over here. The plural of chefs is what? Yes? If anything is ending with F, what we make it? To make the plural form, we'll make it is S-H-E-A-F will get removed and we'll have V-E-S, chefs. That's the correct form. See, remember the rule, it was leaf, L-E-A-F, leaf. To make the plural form, get rid of F and it will be L-E-A-V-E-S. Wife. Remove F-E and it will be what? W-I-V-E-S, wives. So same way here also we have F. Get rid of F and after that we'll have the V-E-S. So the plural of chefs is wrong, right? So here this is the error. Rest all is fine. The population of India. The population of India is divided. So what is divided? Population is divided. This is subject. This is the verb. Subject verb agreement is there. We can get rid of A and B. Is divided into 2 classes. Haves and haves not. We don't have any word called haves. See the forms of to be if you talk about the singular and the plural form. Has is singular, have is plural. So when have is in the plural form, why do you need to have a S over there? This S is wrong. It should be have and have not. So we'll get rid of D. Your answer will be C. Let's move ahead to the next question. All his sister-in-laws are extremely cooperative. So R is the verb over here. So who are extremely cooperative? Sister-in-laws. So this is the wrong expression over here. We have discussed there is a rule that when you have the hyphenated nouns, like when you have sister hyphen in hyphen law, you have brother hyphen in hyphen law, or you have mother hyphen in hyphen law. These are all in their singular form. Now I want to make the plural form of it, right? This is the singular form. I'll write the plural form of it. The plural ka S will be taken always with the first main noun, not with the law. Law apostrophe S will come when we are talking about the possessive case. So the plural will be what? Sisters hyphen in hyphen law. When I say sister-in-law, one sister-in-law. When I say sisters-in-law, more than one sister-in-law. It will be brothers-in-law or mothers-in-law. The plural form will be taken with the main noun, not with in-law, right? This S will be in the apostrophe plus S form when we are talking about the possessive case. Now if I talk about sister hyphen in hyphen law apostrophe S home, that means this home belongs to my sister-in-law. There is one sister-in-law and I am talking about the home which belongs to that one sister-in-law. But now when I am talking about more than one sister-in-law, the S will be taken with the first noun, which should be sisters-in-law. Clear? So we have an error over here at A and we can get rid of B, C and D. So your right answer is A. Let's move ahead to the next question. Now, the eating joints are an ever flourish business. So what are ever flourish business? R is the verb. So what are ever flourish? Eating joints. Joints is the plural form of the subject. Subject verb agreement is there. So are what? An ever flourish business. Business is a noun. What kind of a business? Flourish business or flourishing business? We don't need the word flourish over here. This is wrong. It should be in the participle form. It should be flourishing. Flourish is a verb. When you talk about flourish, this is the verb. Flourishing. This is our adjective. We need an adjective. We don't need a verb over here. Because before the noun, you will have the adjective. Moreover, article N is also there. After N, you will have a noun. And in between the article and the noun, you should always have the adjectives. Clear? You cannot have a verb over here. Verb already we got it over here R. So we can get rid of B, C and D. Our right answer is A. Next question. These days most businessmen. So these days fine. Most is the plural thing. After the plural most we need a plural noun. Whereas this men is what? It is singular. We don't need men over here. Men is wrong. We need M-E-N. So we can, because have is also there. Who have no time? Businessmen. If you say businessmen, this is the singular, right? So how you can have a singular subject and a plural verb? See, all the concepts are. See, there are two ways to solve this question. One is if you know about the most, that after the most you should always have a plural noun. That also makes sense. The other thing is what? Subject verb agreement. I am teaching you from the very first sentence. What I told is every sentence subject verb agreement has to be there. So verb is have. I'll ask the question, who have no time for their families? Businessmen. Businessman is singular. Men is singular. The plural form is men. So the right answer should be businessmen. So this is correct. This is correct, right? But this is wrong. So our answer is A. Clear? Let's move to the next question. The paintings of my office are more beautiful. So, of my office are more beautiful. Everything is fine. Then those of. Then is used for comparison. So, you are comparing what? You are comparing the paintings which are present in my office with the other paintings which are present in the Ram's office. So here those is a pronoun which is referring to the paintings. So those is also there, then those of Ram's, that's fine, everything is fine, no error, right? So 1/4 of the time no error is also correct. So if there is no error, if you are not able to name an error, go ahead and select D as the right answer. Clear? Don't hesitate. Don't keep on searching for the answer. If there is no error, that is fine because that's also been given in the instruction. Clear? Let's move ahead to the next question. Women are supposed to stay at home. Very bad, huh? Why? Verb is are. Who are supposed to stay at home? Women. It's the subject. Subject-verb agreement is there for us. This is perfectly fine, so we can get rid of it. Now, we'll get rid of A. And disciplined the children. Disciplined is what? They are supposed to stay at home and discipline. Disciplined is adjective. Right? We don't need the past tense. We need the present form. The correct form over here is discipline. I always tell the consistency has to be there. So the first, they're supposed to stay at home. Stay is in the normal format. It's not stayed or something. So why it should be disciplined? It should be discipline. So we can get rid of C and D. Our answer is B. You are among those men. Are is the verb. You is the subject. So everything is fine. Among what? Among those. Fine. Among those men. Now men, you are talking among those. Those is a plural pronoun. So after the plural pronoun, we will definitely need a noun which is plural form. This noun is in the singular form. We don't need a men over here. The correct thing what we need is men. Right? So we can get rid of C and D. B is the right answer. Next question. Children are playing. Are playing is the verb. Who are playing? Children, plural subject. Subject verb agreement is there. Are making and making mischiefs. Now, mischief is an abstract noun. There is a concept of mischief. Something which is mischief for you may not be the mischief for children, right? So, mischief is present only in the singular form. There is nothing called mischiefs. The correct form is only mischief. So, that is why C is, we can get rid of C and D. Our answer is B. Sheep are economically useful and they are reared. So, sheep, the very first word sheep, the singular plural form of the sheep is same. Singular is sheep, plural also is sheep. Remember that. Are is the verb. Who are reared? Sheep are reared. Who are economically useful? Sheep. Sheep is the plural form is sheep only. So this is the correct answer. We can get rid of this. Always remember sheep, singular, plural, both the forms are same. Being able to remember a lot of informations. Again I say information is an abstract noun. Abstract nouns are uncountable. Present only in the singular form. So there is nothing called informations. We want to show the quantity of the information. That is why a lot is being used. It is showing the quantity. When you want to show the quantity of a noun which is always present in the singular form, we put the expressions like a lot of. So it should be information. It cannot be informations. That is why we can get rid of B, C and D and our right answer is A. Next question. Cows, buffaloes, goats and such animals, fine, they are all plural forms. Are, animals collectively are. So who are all these are our subjects. So that is fine, this is our verb. Are called livestock. Now there is nothing called livestock. Livestock is always present only in the singular form because it is a collective noun. Collective nouns are present only in the singular form. So there is nothing called livestock. The correct form is livestock. So this is the error. We can get rid of it. The first inning of the match. This also I should teach you. All of you are very fond of cricket, right? So do you have first inning or innings? Yes, all of you are right. It should be innings. There is nothing called inning. Right? The words which ends with S but they are present in the singular form only. So in that category we have learned this example. So we can get rid of B, C and D. This is pretty simple. Very easy question. So your right answer is A. Next question. I shall not go to party tonight. Fine, don't go. Everything is fine grammatically over here. Get rid of A. Since I have, that is fine. I subject, have is the verb. Many works to complete. This works. What is the, we have discussed about the words which are present in singular and the plural form. One meaning in the singular form, another meaning in the plural form. Yes. So when you talk about work, there is a word called work. Work means something which we have to do, or we can say things which we do, right? That is called as work. Now works, when you talk about the plural form of the works, the meaning changes. It's a collective work. It's a collective work of any writer or artist, etc. So suppose if one writer has written some 10 books, those collection of those 10 books is called as the works of that. Or artist has made some 15-20 paintings. All those 20 paintings together is called as the works of that particular artist. Right? So singular, there are a lot of words. In singular, one meaning, in plural, different meaning. So that's why we have to discuss so much about the noun, singular, plural form. So work means things we do. So are you really referring to the collective work of a writer or an artist or any person? Or you're talking about the things which he has to do? See, read the sentence. I shall not go for the party today since I have many collective work. Collection of the name given to the collection of works. No, I have a lot of things to do, right? I have many things to do. I want to say things to do or tasks. I have many tasks to do. So this is wrong. So your right answer will be C because there is an error. We are doing error spotting questions. Your right answer is C. Let's move ahead to the next question. You can trust my words. Again, words. What do you mean by words? I have to trust your what? Words. What do you mean by words? See, there is a phrase. This phrase is trust my word. When I say trust my word, it means to have faith on what I say. So, I want to say have faith on what I say. Right? Trust my word. But now when you say words, right? Word simply means what? Words. Right? So you don't need words over here. Trust my word, which means to have faith on whatever one says. If you say the simple word, word is what? The meaning of word is what? It means like, in Hindi we call it as shabd. Right? The collection of those alphabets and you create some meaningful, a word which has got some meaning. But trust my words means have faith on whatever I say. If I say learn your rules, if your concepts are clear, you will be able to solve all the questions correctly. These are the, to say that I say this and I say trust my word. I'll never say trust my words. It's a phrase. We say like that only. We never say trust my words. So there is an error over here. We can get rid of B, C and D and your right answer is A. Great. In one of our first meeting. Now, I already explained you before, you'll take one out of many or you'll take one out of one. Meeting is singular. It's a noun, I agree. But it is a singular noun. You can take one out of many or you'll take one out of one. If you're taking one out of the one, then there's no need to tell this one, right? So it should be meetings. We need the word meetings. You'll take one out of many. So that's why we can get rid of B, C and D. Your right answer is A. One must always is what? Always what? It's fine. One must always true to one's words. This is again the phrase mistake. So one must always be true to one's word. There is a phrase like one's word. When I say one's word means whatever the concepts, whatever the ideas or the beliefs, what I am trying to say. When I say that I will do this, then I don't follow, then you can say one must follow one's word. That means I said you those 10 lines, I should have followed those 10 lines. Right? So this words will not be there. It should always be word only over here. So that's how we can get rid of A, C and D. Our right answer is B. Next one. What apparatuses do you really have the apparatuses words? See, reading itself you should know. This is the name of a instrument. Remember I told you there are words which are ending with S and they are always used in the singular form. And I told you names of instruments. It's always singular. In that category, I have given you the example of lot of things, like these are the names of instruments which are ending with S and they will always be singular, like as I say scissors, SISSORS ending with S, or I say spectacles, instruments or the tools, I can say spectacles ending with S. In that only apparatus. So name of an instrument, it ends with S, but it is always singular. So we don't have any word like apparatuses. Even if you have 10 instruments, you'll say the 10 apparatus. You will not say apparatuses. You'll still say apparatus. Right? So you'll get rid of B, C and D and your right answer is A. The point is, go back to your notes, learn the examples of the nouns which are ending with S or ES, but they are always present in the plural form only, right? We don't have to add S or ES with them. They are as it is in the plural form. Even after the enactment of several acts and provisions. So even after the enactment of several acts and provisions, completely fine. We can get rid of A. Now we can see 5 years old. This is 5 is the numeral, then we have the unit and then the boy. So I told you this unit should always be in the singular form. Hyphenated nouns, singular. So that is why it should, years is wrong, it should be year. We can get rid of C and D, B is the right answer. What apparatuses? We have just now discussed about this whole point. Do you use for performing this experiment? We can get rid of B, C and D. And you know this, we have just done previous slide, the word apparatus has come. The fan's blade. Now, apostrophe, fan's blade. Is the fan living or a non-living thing? Yes, it's a non-living thing, right? So, we don't put apostrophe with the plus S with the non-living things. See, if I say books cover, this is wrong. It should be what? Cover of the book, right? If I say table's leg, this is wrong. The correct expression will be what? Leg of the table. This is correct. Now here fan's blade is wrong. The correct expression will be blade of the fan. That means we don't put any apostrophe plus S with the non-living nouns. So if you have a non-living, the name of any non-living thing, right? We will not, no apostrophe plus S is wrong over there. We don't put. That's why we can get rid of B, C, D. Our right answer will be A. Clear? The answer is A. I mark. Clear? So the point of this slide is what? We will not put any apostrophe plus S with the non-living things.
place and on the go. Come, let us go the other way in learning. Download our revolutionary app for free. ANC.